there are three types of operating system or modes, right? This is how we react, how we respond to a situation in our business, generally in our life or with the people we are talking to. But in business specific, we have what we call the three types are reactor, the responder, and the creator. So the reactor are people who react from a situation, from an external situation, right? For example, you created content, a video, and you get low views, just like my videos. You always get low views. But once you get low views, the problem with a reactor or how reactor reacts is from that views dictates what is their next step. Most of time, most of the time, people get frustrated. I only got 27 views. So once, because of that result, you react and then you start feeling frustrated. You're going to think that I might not be good enough. I'm My content is shit. My product is shit. Everything negative about yourself just because of that views. And then what happened is what's happening after that is you start switching strategy, switching niche, or you started a business, but then you start to change everything. Then you go back to zero, to square one, simply because of the result, of the external result, right? So in that case, it's a loop. Then you're gonna switch another strategy, feel excited, you feel so motivated. You watched a Tony Robbins video, you feel so hyped. You take action, create another content, boom, 12 views. Same loop, just because you react from a situation. That's what reactor mode or operating system is. And then you got the responder. The responder responds to a situation. You get 27 views, and it responds depending on what identity you see yourself, right? Most of the time, if we start to create, if you run a business or you want to hit a goal, you are from this identity going to some identity that you want to be. You want to be this successful entrepreneur. You want to be a successful business owner or whatever, right? So you have this identity and this identity depending which is more dominant. Are you operating from an identity that you want to get out of, or the identity of the one you want to be transformed to, right? So you respond depending on what identity you have. So for example, you have 27 views and you're identified to the someone you want to achieve, then you don't react from that situation. You respond, right? Okay, now I need to make it better. I need to have a better hook, better content, maybe better messaging, talking to the right people, whatever, right? To respond from the situation. You don't react. And it's good. But sometimes the problem is when this identity, the frustrated identity in deep inside you is more dominant. It can be dominant. You want to hit this goal, but you're not hitting this goal that you want to hit. You keep on responding, but then the result is not there yet. Then sometimes you get frustrated. This identity of in scarcity who wants to achieve this, but you are still here. You are like suffering, and this is the solution, right? You're suffering. That's why you want to hit this identity. Because of that, sometimes this become confirms that you're not good enough. Then you start thinking, right? You start um, creating self-limiting belief from that identity. It's a struggle of this identity and this identity. That's how responder does. But if you do it maybe long enough, right, then you can hit this one by responding and taking action based on the data that you collect from what you're doing, like creating content, right, having more views and talking to the right people, getting clients from what you're doing, just like I'm doing right now. Now, third one is the creator. The creator is not reacting and is not responding from the result. it makes a decision, and from that decision, it it takes action. It is not based on emotion. It is not based on identity. It operates from awareness, from being aware of your identity, being aware of your emotion. You just take action detached from the result, right? Meaning, or the emotion that's being created from a result, or the identity that's been that's been attached to that result. It operates out of awareness. It is detached on the outcome. It is detached on anything else. It just collects data. So operating as an awareness, for example, you get 27 views. You simply identify, gather the data, and then test it out nonstop. You keep on refining the hook, refining the messaging, the ICP, or who you're talking to, or refining the topics or whatever that needs to be refined. As a creator, you make a decision. I will make this happen. I will make sure that my content will get me clients, will get me traffic, no matter what. And you are not emotionally attached. You're not creating an identity. You just create a character. As a creator, you create a character as a lead gen guy, for example, and you are continuously aware of what is going on, what is happening, and you keep on refining that. And that is the cool part. That's the cool operating system. This the ultimate goal. That's the Superman of the state of how we operate, right? And this operating system, it doesn't mean that if you're a reactor, you react on everything. It can be just you are a reactor on this scenario on your business, or maybe you are a responder on on a different decision, on a different scenario, right? And so you can be a reactor, responder, or creator on a different events, different situations. But the point is being aware of a reactor, a responder, and a creator gives you that gap and gives you the opportunity to make a decision. How will I operate? How will I run my business? Will I keep on reacting? Will I keep on responding? Or will I start deciding and create my path and then boom, smash it, right? And I'm just sharing it because it's cool. It helped my client, it helped myself, and it is a good way to identify how your state operates. And I'm just sharing it with you guys. And if you want to go deeper to this, we have a community. It's called Klariti, and we go deeper about this responder state, the reactor state, and the creator state. And it's free. The link will be in this description in my bio, and I'll put it in the pinned comments as well. And inside, we also have the Calm Under Pressure assessment. It is an assessment that will take you only 5 minutes. You will just answer questions, and this will actually show you which pressure, which is the reactor mode, which is the responder mode on your situation based on the answer, based on the result, on the questions you give to that assessment. It's free. It's inside the community, and hope to see you inside. All right, peace.